Hi, my name's James. Welcome to Yoga Plus Therapy's yoga class Strong and Simple. This is a class ideal for athletes, runners, men who want to work on that stronger core work and good flexibility, and it's also suitable for all others who just want to work on that slightly stronger class. Let's begin now by taking 5 long, slow, deep breaths. When you breathe into the base ribs and feel them expand laterally. Breathe out and completely empty the lungs. Keep the shoulders dropped, the head upright. Breathing in, expand and lengthen. Breathing out, releasing. Repeat again, 3 more breaths. Use this time to just clear the mind and prepare for the yoga class. Remember, when you do your yoga practice, stay present on what's going on in the body, the breathing, and also how the mind is. This is a whole mind-body practice. Good. Let's begin by coming onto hands and knees. Place the hands forward of the shoulders, middle fingers forward. Rotate the upper arms forward, elbows off lock. Broaden the shoulder blades, relax them. Spine in neutral. And we're going to exhale and draw the tummy flat to the backbone. No movement of the spine. 5 times as you exhale. Just that light thinning or pancake-like action. Just waking up those muscles in preparation for the stronger practices. Good. Now take a breath in, breathe out, sit back on the haunches, stretching into child's stretch. Walk the fingers forward, relax the head down. Take breaths into the back ribs. If needed, rock the hips a little side to side to loosen the lower back. Good. Come forward for the first hip stretch. Right leg forward, out to the mat side. Bring the body weight forward, square the pelvises. Walk the left knee back if needed. Bring the hands to the inside. Watch the knee doesn't roll out too much. Stay here or lower down to the forearms for a stronger stretch. We're working into the hips with this stretch. Long, slow breaths. Awareness to the area where you feel the stretch. Keep that inner smile if you find it difficult. Avoid stress or tension. Over time, you just begin to feel the hip opening. If you're down, come back up. Release the leg. Take a breath, breathe out and loosen into child's stretch. Come forward this time with the left leg out to the mat side. Hands to the inside. Knee forward over ankle. Walk your right knee back. Pelvis is level, stay here or lower to the forearms. Just nice base rib breathing. Let all tension go from the rest of the body. Good. Coming back up. One more time back to child stretch. Now come up to plank. Position the arms again as for previous area. Stretch with the elbows off lock, upper arms forward. Come onto the toes if you can and have a straight line. Head is up, chin in. Again, as you breathe out, just draw those tummies lightly in. 5 times. Now bring the knees a little bent, shift the weight back, open up through the shoulders, the upper back, draw the upper arms inward slightly, relax the head. Ease into the down dog. As you feel the shoulders open, begin to ease out through the heels and get that bit more stretch into the calves. As it feels even more, you can gradually ease out through both heels. Remember to take those easy breaths. Keep the weight even on the palms. Keep the knees bent though if you're very tight in the hamstrings. Let's return back to your plank. Rest down briefly if you need. We're coming into single arm balance. Return to the plank position. We're going to the right side first. So plant the right hand, upper arm out, side edge of the right foot. Have one foot forward if needed or on top. Waist up, in good alignment, shoulder relaxed. Reach it up. If you're not feeling strong, bring one foot forward to give you a little bit of support. Find that breath rhythm. Good. Return to plank. Excuse the back when we do the other side. Plant the left hand, upper arm forward, off lock elbow. Side edge of foot, press into the edge of the foot. Turn, relaxed, reach. Focus on stability and alignment. Rest out if you need, if it gets too much for you. Return back to plank. Breath in, breath out, lower the knees and rest back to the child's stretch. Come up slowly to warrior sit. So we're on our haunches. If this is too much, come to normal cross sit. Again, find good posture and we're going to take mountain press. Interlock the fingers, stretch it forward and then raise up overhead. If you tighten the shoulders, keep them slightly forward. Otherwise, press directly above the crown. Shoulders relax down, heads in, chins up. Breathe through the side body. Breathe out, soften. So the inhale gives you length. The exhale, release. Take that in a smile. This time when you exhale, release the arms. Sweep them behind your back, interlocked if you can. Draw slightly down, slightly back. Just feeling that light stretch opening through the front shoulders. Good. Release the arms. We're now going to come up to stand for the next section. We're now in standing in the mountain posture. Let's take easy mountain with the feet a little apart and parallel. Arches engaged upward, knees off lock. Pelvis is slightly back for good alignment, tummy slightly in. Shoulders broad and lowered, arms by the sides, chins in, heads up. Let's take a slow breath. We're going to inhale and raise the arms out to the side overhead. Breathing out, lower back down. Repeat twice more. Expand those ribs to the inhale, emptying completely to the exhale. One more. Good. We're going into forward bend now. I'll just turn side on to demonstrate. Knees may be off lock if you're very tight. You're going to bend forward from the hips. Take a breath in, breathe out and bend halfway forward. Feel the hip creases deepen, tail slightly out. Neutral spine. If you're very tight, you may stay here, or if you have any back issues. On the next exhale, lightly draw the tummies and lower the chest down to the thighs. Reach the hand down the legs or to the floor. Release the shoulders up, relax the back, head down. If you're more flexible, begin to straighten out slightly through the knees as you lift the sit bones up. Take long releasing breaths to help ease into that stretch. Keep the spine lengthening. To come out of this stretch, bring the knees bent, support if you need, lift the head slowly up, checking you don't have any lightheadedness. Good. The next one we're going to do is a lunge twist. Make sure you do this from the waist. So just to check, knees a little bit bent, hands in front. When you turn, we're going to turn from our waist. So the hips are steady. It's this waist spine doing the movement. Spine is in good position. So remember that with this next practice. We're coming into a lunge. So weights on the left, the right foot steps back. You're on the ball foot, heels straight vertical. Front knee bent over the ankle. Pelvis is forward. Lengthen. Incline the body so the body to the leg is in an aligned position. Remember that rotation through the waist. So we rotate the waist to the left. Bring the hand to the thigh, the hand to the sacral bone, and we're in level 1 twist. If you feel you've got a bit more flexibility, you can stretch the leg slightly deeper, incline slightly more, and rotate that little bit more through the waist to bring the elbow to the outside of the knee and bring the other palm on top. Hold it here and smile. Feel those waist muscles engaging. Arm rotate first. And then we're going to come out. I'll come the other way just to demonstrate the second side. So, it's left leg back this time, weight on right. Knee bent, heel up, good alignment, incline, rotate from that waist. Level 1, or that little bit deeper, level 2. Elbow to the outside thigh. Remember to smile and breathe. And just each exhale, you just do that little twist. A little bit like a wringing action through the waist, like wringing a towel. Then to come out, unrotate, and then gently step back up. A good loosen off. And we're going to do another stretch for those back legs. So again, left foot forward, right foot back about 2/3 of the way. Heel flat with the right toe slightly turned out. Hips to the front, trunk slightly turned towards your thigh. So we're going to do like we did earlier with forward bend. So take a breath in, breathe out and bend halfway forward till you feel that stretch. Try to keep these pelvises level so they don't twist or rotate. Lengthening a little bit back with that left hip. Hold here, or the next exhale, tummy's in, chest towards thigh, and again work the hands down the leg or to the floor. Release the shoulders, lengthen through the neck. Find that breath rhythm. Sideways extension stretch. To come out of this one, we bring the front knee a little bit bent. Use that to support you coming up. And then we swap sides. Again, I'll just go the other way to help demonstrate. So it's right foot forward, left foot back, toes slightly turned out. Weight is even. Pelvis is forward, chest a little bit more turned towards your thigh. Take your breath, then bend from the hips. Keeping this level, slightly lengthening back with your right hip. Hold at this level. Some of you may be very tight and this may be quite a challenge. Otherwise, exhale, go that little bit deeper, chest to thigh, reach it down. Remember to keep the neck and shoulders easy. Focus through that breath rhythm. Remember, exhaling into the stretch helps you to let go. Just got to have patience with these stretches. Just allow it to release and lengthen over time. Let the knee bend, use it to support, come back up again. Step in. Let's take a little breath here. Open up and breathe all the way out and down. We're going to go into a simple balance now that opens the hips. We start with the heels in, toes slightly out, knees a little bit bent. All the weight goes onto your left leg and we're going to open out the right. So we bring the right foot forward and rotate it out. First level is below the leg. Second level is above the knee, resting on the thigh. Knee is open. Stance knee bent. Hips steady. Arms to the sides. Just focus on a point and breathe as you hold the balance. The sage balance. Remember, in balances, it's okay to wobble. That's helping your body to get better at balancing. Don't fight it. Very good. Release the legs. Let's swap sides. So ground into the right. Open up the left. Knee open. Support the foot. Hands to the sides. Focus on a point. Just breathe easily. Remember to smile. Good for balance, good for hip flexibility. Good. And release. Light loosen. Our next stretch is called the triangle. It's a classic yoga posture. We're going to come into this with a rotation action to get better opening for the hips. So we're going to start off like we did for the sideways extension stretch. We'll have the right foot forward, the left foot back. And align the heels so they're in the same alignment. So front and back heel in alignment. Legs are a bit apart. We're going to turn, lower ourselves forward, and according to flexibility, where you hold, whether it be high leg, low leg, or the floor, we're going to rotate open. So we're going to rotate the pelvis open to the left, then the waist, the ribs, and the shoulder. So everything is turned open. Stay here with the hand behind the back, or you can reach it vertical to the ceiling. Hold and just release into that nice opening stretch. There's a little bit of work through the hamstring and also through that opening of the hips. The spine is pretty well in a straight line. Good. Again, to come out of this, let the knee bend just a little bit and bring yourself upright. So we're going to come to the second side. So again, heels aligned, back toes slightly turned. We lean forward, plant the hand, and then let's rotate again open, this time towards the right. So the pelvis, waist, rib cage, shoulder. Hand behind the back or reach vertically. Hold the stretch and breathe. Good. Soften the knee, use it to bring you up. Come back in. Very good. Light loosen. Take a breath. Breathe out. Breathing to help center us. We're now going into a sequence of moves from wide squat position. So stand to your mat center. Take the feet apart. Wide as comfortable. Turn the toes slightly out towards your mat corners. Bring the knees bent out over the feet, according to your strength as to how low you go. If you want to work hard, you go lower. But always keep the body upright with this one. Like the sumo, we're sinking into it. As we hold this position, we're going to do a shoulder opening stretch. We're going to take the arms out, bring them square, bring palms and elbows together. If you're very tight, this may be all you do. Spread them wide. This time take your right arm over your left. Try to bring the arms close together or even interlocked. Elbows forward. If you're a bit more flexible, you can raise them slightly up out. Careful not to strain the shoulder joints. We're trying to feel the stretch between the shoulder blades and the spine with this one. Find your breathing. Good. Release the arms. If your legs are getting tired, give them a short rest. Come back down. I'll repeat the second side. So arms in, open, left over right, back to back, interlock. Keep it low forward or a little up if you're more flexible. Open up that space in the upper back. Good. Release the arms. We're going to now transition into a classical posture called the Warrior Two and then a long side stretch. We're going to transition from here. So we're going to shift the weight a little to your left. Turn your toes out. Shift the weight over to the right and kick out the heel. Bring the pelvis level. Feel the strong work of the legs, knee directly over the ankle, not caved in. Arches engaged. Bring the hands to chest height. Reach it out. Broaden from fingertip to fingertip. Look towards your right. Breathe and feel that breath into those base ribs. Shoulders relaxed. Keep those legs strong. Bring the elbow bent. Lean the body over towards your right and plant the palm or the forearm on your thigh. Hold steady. Keep working using those waist though. Don't rely on the arm support. Take this left arm in a big circle down and then rotate up and out into that long side stretch. Now if it's too much stretch for the shoulder, you can reach it vertical. Otherwise keep it close to the ear and open out. There's this awareness of rotating open those ribs. Good. Bring yourself back upright. And we're going to transition the other way. So, heel comes in, bring the foot in. Shift the weight, turn the other toes out, and bring the knee over the ankle, ease out through the heel. Level your pelvises, spines upright. From that heart center, reach it out long from fingertips. This time look to the left, shoulders relaxed. Breathe to those base ribs. The powerful warrior two posture. Building leg strength. Now bring that elbow bent. Side incline the body. Bring it onto the thigh. And again, let's do that rotation forward, up and out. Reach it here, near the ear, or directly up if your shoulder is tighter. Feel that rotation from hip, waist, through to the chest. Good. Release yourself back up again. Bring the feet parallel. Still a little apart. We're going to do a wide angle forward bend for those inner thighs. Hands to the hips. Take a breath. Breathe out and go halfway forward as we did before. Hands on thighs, and again you can choose to stay at this level, or on the next exhale, tummies in and lower the chest down in between the thighs. Reach down towards the ankles, or plant the hands to the floor. And just gradually release yourself down. Feeling that inner hip, hamstrings opening. You may also feel it to the outer edges of the ankles. Make sure the weight's even between the front foot and the heel foot. Now to come out of this, heels come in, drop the sit bones, bring yourself up to wide squat. Come up tall, walk the feet or hop them together. Take a breath. One more standing practice to go. This is a strong balance, a little bit demanding. And you may need assistance or support for this. You may need to use a wall or a yoga block on the ground to help with this if your flexibility or balance is challenged. We're going to come into that position like we did earlier for the triangle. That little bit forward, weights a bit more onto your left leg, right leg back. Now, from here, if you're feeling very insecure, you can just use your hand support and just see if you can bring that foot off the ground with the hips turned out to the side. This is your level 1. If you feel you got that little bit more control, flexibility, you can use a block or even the hand onto the floor. You lift yourself up and then rotate the pelvis open, bringing that leg up parallel. From here, reaching upward. So trying to open out through the hips and the pelvis here. The side balance. Half moon balance. Very good. Slowly release. Bring yourself up. We'll rotate around the other way for the second side. Knee off lock. So remember, level 1 or a little bit deeper. And again, if you can't reach the ground, use a block or even hold onto the wall. And we're trying to rotate this pelvis up, out. This works those hips pretty hard, so be patient. Come out and rest if you need sooner. Relax back down and up. Back to mountain. Take a short pause. Just settle. Good. We're now ready to transition down to the ground again. Okay, once you're down, let's come back into plank. So we can be in high plank, or if you feel strong, we can take low plank, the Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep the elbows in close and lower down in a straight line and hold it here. If this is too strong, stay in normal plank. Good. Exhale, and everyone lower down to the floor. Come into crocodile, forehead supported on the hands, and just take a few abdominal breaths. Relax the spine. Let's now do a very simple back stretch. Come up onto the forearms, round shoulder level, shoulders down, broad upper back, chest forward, heads up, chins in. This should be a very light stretch to the front abdomen. Legs are long, pelvis is relaxed down. Lengthen through the spine. Let's lower down now and prepare for cobra. Lowering down, bring the hands close by the lower ribs. Elbows up, shoulder blades broad. Legs long, pelvis is grounded. On the inhale, you're going to peel vertebra by vertebra, the head and the chest slowly from the floor. On the exhale, relax it back down. Repeat. And down. Keep going. This may be a small curl or a larger curl, but try to use your back muscles and good control. Feel no pressure through the spine. Just do a couple more. Expand to the inhale like a curling up snake. Slowly release and empty. One more. And then loosen down. Rest back to the crocodile for a moment. Take a couple more belly breaths and just relax the spine. Let the energy flow through the back. Good. Press up to push to cat position and take a little tuck. Exhale, navel to backbone and lift the middle back up. Ease out slightly and repeat a couple more just to bring the spine back to neutral. Now, we're going to come into a thigh stretch for the quads now. So for this one, I'm going to get you to bring your right leg forward. Left knee is back and down. If you need, pad that knee a lot. Even use a pillow to protect the kneecap. This can be a bit strong onto the knee. It's quite a strong thigh stretch, but feels really good. Place your left hand down and bring your left leg bent up. If you can reach, grab hold of the ankle. If you can't, you can always wrap a belt around it to help hold it. So we're going to hold the ankle. We're going to try to bring that heel in towards the bottom. And you're going to start to feel that stretch coming strongly into the thigh. So it's opposite hand to leg with this one. It's a great stretch. As much as you can, try to have the weight on the thigh, not on the kneecap. So we're going to be forward. Very good. Slowly release. And I'll turn around the other way for the other side. So left forward, right back. Pad the knee if you need. Plant the hand, bring the knee bent and see if you can grab the ankle. And draw the heel in towards the bottom. Feeling that front thigh stretch. Keep the weight off the kneecap. Okay, so you just let go of the thigh now. And we're going to come into a strong arm balance practice. So if you want to, just leave this one out, or you can help build up strength by holding the downward facing dog or your planks. There's two parts to this. The first part is to build up the flexibility. So we're going to do a deep squat. For this, we're going to have the feet a bit wider than your hips, reasonably parallel. And you're going to lower the bottoms down and bring your chest down in between the thighs with the hands forward. If you're very tight, you may need to put something underneath your heels, like a blanket. So this is the deep squat. If you have any knee issues, then leave this out. Or you can just do a very modified action where you just come into a stretch like this, keeping the chest to the thighs. But in this way, the weight's still on the bottom rather than into the feet, so there's less strain onto the knee joints. So flexibility is an important part of this arm balance, but it also uses core control, wrist finger strength, and upper arm control. So it's a great balance for getting that strength and helping to get a little bit more of that upper body awareness happening. So this balance is called the crane. So from here we're going to come onto the toes. And when we do this crane balance, what we're going to do is we're going to bring your outer legs, or inner legs I should say, onto the upper arms on each side. So that's why we have that flexibility to get into that position. You're onto the hands and the palms are forward but maybe slightly turned in. To help protect the wrist, use your little finger grip pads to help do that. Now the critical thing with this is, we're going to lean the weight forward until you feel that you could lift maybe one foot or both off the ground. You've got to be careful here that you don't go too far forward and fall onto your nose. So if you have any problems with that, make sure you put some pillows here to pad and to protect as well. But it's a critical thing here. What you're doing is it's just keep the knees squeezed in and just lean forward very, very slowly, and you get that fine balance point. So it is a balance, and you're using your finger pads to help stop you going too far forward. It's a fair bit of work to the wrists. And you may not hold it too long when you begin. Once you finish, you might find you want to just loosen off those wrists as well. That just helps. Worked with your planks in your down dogs to help develop that strength for this one. Okay, so we're going to come around now to the hands and knees in preparation for the final stretch. So you take a stretch back to down dog. Really try to get that stretching to those calves. So we give those calves a little bit extra work and release here. Good. Now we're going to bring one of the legs bent forward. So make it the left one so you can just see what we're doing. So you're going to bring your left knee forward, turn the foot in, and come and lower down onto the buttock. The right leg is stretched straight back behind, knee is down. Now some of you may have a very tight hip, in which case you can't get flat. That's where you may need to put a blanket, a block, a cushion, something underneath that buttock to lift you up a little bit, and that will help. We want to try to get the pelvis as level, so it's important to use that aid if you need. If you're more tight too, you can have the knee less bent. If you're more flexible, you can have the knee a little bit more open. Rotate the pelvis, and we're trying to get the stretch to the outside of that left buttock. Bring the chest forward and lower yourself down. You may lower to the forearm, or possibly just resting into sleeping pigeon with the forehead resting onto the knuckles. Take time and breathe and open up into that buttock area. Another great stretch if you do a lot of aerobic exercise work. Remember to breathe out and to soften. Let all tension go from elsewhere. Remember, the more challenging something is, the more you smile. Very good. Let's come up slowly and we're going to transition to the other side. So lift yourself back to your down dog stretch. And then take the right leg forward, roll it in and come on to the buttock. Prod it up if you need with support. Rotate the pelvises, kneecap down and come down into the stretch. So we're releasing deep into this hip area. It's called the sleeping pigeon because we're letting gravity and body weight do a lot of the work. So you don't have to do much, you just have to relax and let go. Very good. Okay, so when you're ready now, just slowly come back up. Lean a little bit to release your legs out. Give everything a good loosen. Final stretch, very simple. Just come to cross sit. Just working through the waist. We sit tall through the lower back. So we've got that nice curve in the lower back. But we keep the breastbone soft, but the chin in and the head up. So we've got good posture, but don't overextend through that middle back. That will jam this one. So we take the arms, we breathe out and turn towards your left side into a nice easy twist. So the opposite hand to knee, so right hand to knee, left hand behind. Soften the breastbone, and each time you breathe out, just go that little bit deeper into twist. On the inhale, you ease very, very slightly. So we're doing that same gentle ringing action through the waist muscles. Back to the front, inhale. Swap the legs around just so you have the other leg in front. I will twist to the second side. Exhaling into the twist. Make sure there's no tension to the neck. Sometimes it helps if you just slightly side bend away from the turn. Very good. Ease back. Just before we come down to relaxation, we're just going to finish with a very brief breathing control or pranayama exercise. Very simple. All you're going to do is do a breath count. We're going to count in for a certain number, count out for a certain number. So we're going to keep ourselves very focused on that breath. So find a very supportive, comfortable place. And we're going to slowly count the breath. We're going to inhale to the count of 5. Exhale to the count of 5. If you have a better breath, we can inhale to the count of 6. Exhale to the count of 6. There should be no strain with this, so everyone has a different capacity. Again, now if you feel you can go a bit longer, do so. Inhale, count to 7. Exhale, 7. One more. If you can do 8, then do so. Pranayama is very helpful to bring that calmness to the mind. So it's a very good focusing tool before any athletic or sporting event, or for any other action where you need to focus. We're now going to come down onto your backs for final relaxation. In this relaxation practice, Radhika is going to take you through a nice, easy relaxation.
Relaxation is so important for recovery. So we're going to end this session with a short point-by-point awareness relaxation flowing through the body. All you have to do is do nothing, just follow my voice as we flow point by point systematically through the body. So lie down, legs a little bit apart, loose, soft, arms by your sides, palms up, arms loose and soft, spine long, loose and soft, maybe chin a little bit tucked down so it's not stretching up too much. With the eyes closed, take your awareness and soften your toes, the soles of your feet, and deep into the ankles. Then relax your calves and your shins, and deep into the knees. Then soften your thighs, fronts, sides, and backs of the thighs, and gently open your hip joints, wide open and spacious hips. Allow both legs to feel like they're melting into the floor. Then soften your buttocks, your lower back, and your middle back. Soften between your shoulder blades. Relax your upper back all the way to the back of the neck. So the whole spine is long and soft, and the whole back is spreading out, sinking. Feel like it's melting into the floor. Then relax your abdomen, your waist, your navel area. Soften your rib cage and gently open up your inner chest, feeling like your heart is opening to compassion. Then soften the upper chest all the way to the front of the throat. So the whole front body feels like it's sinking and melting down into your back body. And soften the shoulders, the upper arms to the elbows. Relax your forearms to your wrists. And soften your palms, fingers, fingertips, thumbs, thumb tips, all of the fingers and hands, flowing both arms open, relaxed, melt into the floor. Gently return to the shoulders and soften the shoulders and all around the neck, back of neck, side of neck, front of throat, to the jaw. So soft jaw, loose lips, soft cheeks. Soften your eyes, gently sinking, inward looking. Unknot the space between your eyebrows and smooth out the forehead. Then relax the whole scalp to the crown of the head. Then let go the whole body. Relax the whole body, the whole body. Take 3 or 4 very gentle breaths, barely breathing, just letting go on each outgoing breath. Very good. And slowly and gently, it's time to finish your relaxation practice. So return your awareness back to your bodies lying on the floor. Take a deeper breath, so you're breathing in a little bit more normally. And you could probably open your mouth and exhale ha through your mouth just to wake up and stretch out a little bit more. Then start moving your extremities, wiggle out your fingers, your toes, maybe twitch a finger or toe there. Then starts moving more, maybe circling your wrists and ankles. Then start moving more, maybe bringing your legs closer together and stretching your arms backwards. Bend up your legs halfway. Check that you don't feel too lightheaded. Relax there for just a short while more. You can either hug your knees to your chest to take the stretch out of your lower back, or you can turn to your side, rolling gently onto any side and rest quietly, gathering yourself before you come up to sitting. Now I'll hand you back to James, who will finish this session. Thank you.
Thanks for the class. See you next time. Namaste.